everybody, it's SaskiaSketches, and today I've been challenged to do a left-handed 5-minute one-line blindfolded art challenge. Thank you for that one, Type 40 artist. Okay, so this all started when HADDY the creator made a video about this monstrosity of a challenge, and he called out Type 40 artist, and then Type 40 artist did the challenge and he called out me. So yeah, I suppose I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, so right from the start I know I'm gonna have to be clever about this one, because if I want to make this work I need to not just jump into it without a plan. I need to think about what I'm gonna do. So I was thinking for the most part, but I also thought that, hey, less is probably more here in this challenge. So I'm not going to do anything super realistic or complicated, because that's just not the right fit for this challenge. But that's when I remember, when you write with a blindfold on, it usually doesn't, or when you write in the dark, it usually doesn't turn out that bad, right? So I'll just, I don't know, write my name. This is without a blindfold. And then I'm going to close my eyes for this one. See, it's, there isn't that big a difference. So I was thinking, what is it that makes this work? It's one, it's the muscle memory, of course, because I've written my name countless times throughout my life. But the other thing is that you're not going back and forth between a couple different points. You're going from one point to the next, and that, I think, is what's what's going to help me with this challenge. So I'm going to have to draw from one point to the next, not going back and forth, or I'm going to have to go back and forth between a center point. So if you have a flower, for example, you can go from one petal, I'll just demonstrate it, you have a center, right, and then you have petals around it, and you can go back, you go back to and from the center point. I am not the best at drawing flowers, but you get my idea, right? So yeah, if I was doing this in one line, I'd be coming back to this center point again and again. So this could be a really good candidate for a one-line art challenge, like a flower. So I was thinking, okay, flowers. So a flower is probably a good idea, because I can either approach it this way, or I can approach it this way. I'm gonna go like this. That's all very simple stuff, right? So, but it illustrates this core principle of going from, of not going back, except for these things, but it illustrates my point of going from one point to the next, and instead of going from this point to that point and back and forth and stuff, you're going to forget where you are on the page. So this is what I'm going to try, and I'm going to do it with my left hand as well. So another big thing is those 5 minutes, and usually the 5-minute time constraint is difficult because you need more time, but I think in this scenario the 5 minutes is actually the opposite of the problem. You're gonna have to fill 5 minutes with something as simple as that, blindfolded, whilst not losing track of where you are on the page, and I think that is the most difficult thing about this. Yeah, the one line speaks for itself. I've done that a couple times before, so I'm not too scared about that one. I've also drawn with my left hand before. That is significantly more difficult than drawing in one line, but yeah, I'll try it. So the other guys had some practice beforehand, where they practiced the left-handed challenge, the 5-minute challenge, a one-line challenge, and a blindfolded challenge. separately, but I think I'm going to manage my practice time differently. I'm not going to do more practice because I feel like that might be cheating, so I'm going to do 4 practice rounds. So I'm going to do the left-handed 5-minute 1-line challenge 4 times, and then I'm going to do blindfolded, so I can build up some muscle memory. And yeah, oh my gosh, this is going to be quite difficult, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, so before we begin, I wanted to apologise about the lighting situation because it isn't ideal. I've got my blinds closed at the moment because it's super hot in the Netherlands right now, and I'm trying to keep the heat out as well as I can because my room is on the top floor, so it gets super duper hot here. I changed the position of my lamp as well because I'm drawing with my left hand, and that is casting shadows onto the page in that are covering up my work, so that's why it looks a little bit different and off, but it's okay, don't worry too much about it. It'll be better in the next video. So before I jumped into the actual challenge, I started with figuring out what kind of pen I should be using. And I tested out a couple of different art supplies. I tested a ballpoint pen, a Tombow marker, a fine liner, and a brush pen. And to my surprise, the Tombow marker came out on top. It was a lot more comfortable in my non-dominant hand, and it really was a easy to use and easy to control, because with the ballpoint pen and with the fine liner and with the brush pen, you have to really worry about, or like think about, your line width and how much pressure you're putting on the actual art supply. But with the Tombow marker, that just doesn't apply. It's really forgiving. I'm using the bullet nib, not the brush nib for the Tombow marker. So that was surprisingly a really good one to sketch with. And this first flower is a really good example of my point about the 5 minutes. It's really far too much time, because the first 2.5 minutes or so, that flower looked pretty good, but then I didn't know what to do because I had done everything already and I just went over and over, and I kind of messed it up. So that 5-minute time constraint is really funny how challenging it is, because you'd think it's far too little time to draw something in 5 minutes, but it's actually far too much, and I think that's really interesting. But it was also really annoying. I also found it really funny how much control I had over my left hand, because in the previous left hand challenges that I've tried, it just didn't really work out, but I found this surprisingly comfortable, and after a while I actually forgot that I was drawing with my non-dominant hand. It still was quite challenging though, because you can see I slipped at the bottom of the second illustration, and I did far too much grass there. I am actually quite happy with my 3rd attempt. I really feel like it was all starting to come together, kind of like that cronk meme. But I really did feel like I was starting to get the hang of it. Like, I was starting to get the hang of drawing in one line and drawing with my non-dominant hand, and the 5 minutes was still a problem, but I was starting to kind of like figure out how to fill the time and stuff, and I really enjoyed this one actually. I don't know how I could possibly enjoy something with so many restrictions, but it was actually really fun. You can also tell that I'm really starting to loosen up if you look at my drawings side by side. But now I think I'll just let you watch me struggle. Apologies in advance for the fan. I know it doesn't sound the best, but I think I forgot to turn it off. And in case it wasn't clear by this monstrosity that you're about to see, I wasn't looking for this one. I'm gonna cry. Yes, I said this because, believe it or not, I was actually hoping for some good results, because the first 3 attempts were actually promising, but then I closed my eyes and I remembered hand-eye coordination isn't much without your eyes. And I'm so mad because the first part is actually looking pretty okay. If you look at those leaves, I think I did pretty well with them, but then it just all went sideways for some reason. I don't know. It's this hurts because I wanted to do well. I really did. Even though this challenge is supposed to be the impossible challenge, I still wanted to perform okay. Come on. And if I just
moved it a smidge to the left, I am sure that it would have looked so much better. I know this isn't like something that you should actually expect yourself to be able to do, but still.
I'm so done. Okay, I accidentally let my pen slip off the page, so I suppose I'm done. Sorry, didn't meet the 5-minute requirement, but oh my, okay, well, it's a kinda, this leaf looks good. Where did I, oh! Just to turn that thing off. Oh my gosh, okay. I mean, it's leaning, I have 2 minutes left. Oh, I guess I failed this one, but it still kind of looks like what I was going for, I suppose. I kind of want to do it again, just one more time, and then, because I feel like I have some space over here left. So, yeah, I'll try it one more time and fit it here. Okay. So, yeah. I was kind of panicking because I really couldn't tell anymore, but I feel like the beginning part looks good, and then it just goes to it spirals out of control real fast. But okay, let's try again.
I think this attempt is best summed up by what a friend of mine said after taking a Dutch literature test. He came, he saw, he failed, he went home. This one is even worse if you can't tell already.
I went off the page, but we're just gonna pretend I didn't do that. I feel like the other guys went off canvas as well, but so we're gonna look past that one. I have no idea where I am. Okay, this is the edge of the page, I'm pretty sure, so I'm gonna have to go a little bit over here. Ooh, this is difficult. Oh, I'm gonna do these for 5 minutes. I feel like I'm really messing it up now, because I feel like I've drawn the majority, but if I continue now, I'm just gonna mess it up. Why couldn't it be a 2.5 minute challenge? Why does it have to be 5 minutes? Oh, okay. Yeah. Guess that marks the end. Oh. Oh. Well, at least I tried, okay, guys? Maybe I need a bigger page. This is hard. I like this one the best. Oh, guys. Well, this was my attempt. I guess now I'm gonna have to call out other people. I don't know if he's even going to see this video, but I'm gonna call out Dr. ROCKE, and at least one of them needs to have more subscribers than me. So I think he would really be able to make a cool video out of this. And you know what? I feel like some revenge is in order, so I'm going to call out HADDY creator and Type 40 artist again. I don't know if that's allowed, but it wasn't stated previously that it wasn't, so guys, have fun suffering through this again. I'm gonna challenge you again. It's up to you if you want to do it another time, but yeah. This was so hard. But it was fun too, okay? I really actually liked the like left-hand 5-minute one-line attempts that I did. I quite like this one. This is my favorite. Out of everything, this is my favorite. Okay, yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this mess of a video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend, guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!